Hey everyone, this is Upasana Singh, ST at Flipkart, and I welcome you all to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution for everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing about operators, what are operators, types of operators, and we will also see the implementation of different types of operators. So let's start with the video. Starting with operators, operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform specific mathematical or logical manipulation. So basically, operator is used to perform some operation over variables or operands. Basically, there are many types of operators provided by C++. We have divided them in different categories based on the operation they perform. First of all, we have arithmetic operators for performing arithmetic operations. Then we have relational operators, same for performing relational operations. Similarly, we have logical, bitwise, and assignment operators. We have few other operators as well, like size of operators, conditional operators. Don't worry, we will discuss everything in this video. Just make sure that you watch this video till end so that you get well versed with the theory as well as the implementation part of these operators. So let's discuss them one by one, and let's start with arithmetic operators first. Arithmetic operators, as the name suggests, are used to perform arithmetical or mathematical operations on operands. Operands are basically on which we perform our operation. And for example of arithmetic operators can be plus, minus, division, multiplication, and few others. Arithmetic operators are of two types based on the number of operands they use to perform their operation. First is unary operators, and then second are binary operators. Unary operators use single operand to perform operation. Here we have two types, two operators, plus plus and minus minus. And in binary operators, we use two operands to perform the binary operation. Here we have plus, minus, multiplication, division, and few more. Uh, Coming on to relational operators are used for comparison of two operands. So basically, whenever there is a scenario of comparing two operands, then we use relational operators. For example, if I want to know whether A is greater than B or not, then I'll be using relational operators there. Some of the relational operators are equals to, greater than, less than, and many more. So let's move on to other types of operators. The third type of operators that we have is, or the third category of operators are logical operators. Logical operators help us to check whether an expression is true or false. So the result of the logical operators is always a Boolean value, that is either true, either false. If the expression will evaluate to true, then the result will be true, or if the expression will be false, then the answer will be false. There are mainly three types of logical operators: AND operator, OR operator, and NOT operator. Logical AND returns true if both the statements are true, whereas logical OR returns true if any one of the statement is true, and logical NOT reverses the result, returns false if the result is true, whereas return true if the result is false. Let's see one by one with the help of example. For example, here we have, suppose we have x equals to 2 and we have this expression. Then here x is less than 5, yes, and x is less than 10, yes. Both the expression are true, so it will return true. Now, if suppose I have 6 instead of 2, then x is less than 5 is false, but x is less than 10 is true. But since any one of the expression is getting false, then we will the answer will be false only, because in logical AND both the expression should be true, both the expression should return true, both the expression should stand out true. Now in secondly, we have OR, logical OR, where one of the statements should be true. Then we have logical OR. Here we have this expression. Let's see. Let x equals to 4. Now then x is less than 5. Yes, x is less than 5. But Is x is less than 4? No, x is equals to 4, but not less than 4. Then this statement is wrong, but this statement is true. Since any one of the statement is true, then logical or will return the result as true. So if this statements also get false, if both the statement gets false, then only logical or will return false, else in every other case it will return true. Then the last we have is logical not. Let's see this also. The final we have logical not. Let's suppose s equals to 2 here. Now x is less than 5 and x is less than 10. Both the things are true. So it should return true, right? But since logical not reverses the result, then the result will get reversed and the answer will be false. So this was all about logical operators. Let's see some other operators that we have in C++. Coming on to bitwise operators are used to perform bit level operations. In this, the operation is performed at bit level and the calculation is done at bit level. So we are not going into depth of bitwise operators right now, as it's a very huge topic. And then we have assignment operators. Assignment operators are used to assign values to a variable. Like, for example, I want to assign 1 to 8, 1 to our variable a, then I'll be use assignment operator equals to, that is a equals to 1. Similarly, we have a few more assignment operators like plus equals to, multiplication equals to, and many more. So these are few types of operators that we have in C++. We have few other C operators as well. So there are a few other types of operators as well. Right now I have taken only two other types of operators, that are size of operator and conditional operator. Size of operator is used to compute the size of its operand. As we know that every variable takes some space according to its data type. So for that we have size of operator to calculate that's the size of that variable, right? Conditional operator is of the form this. Here we have expression 1, question marks expression 2, and colon expression 3. So conditional operator operates on 3 expression and or 3 operands. What it say is, if the expression 1 is true, then evaluate expression 2, or if the expression 1 is false, then evaluate expression 3. For example, we have expression 5 is less than 6, true, false. If we have this conditional operator of this, then here we have expression 5 is less than 6. If it is true, then it will return true. If this will be false, then it will return false. Here the expression is true, then it will return true. If I change the sign and I make the sign greater, then the answer will get false. So this is how conditional operator works. Now let's implement these operators one by one so that you can get a better understanding that how you can implement these operators as well. So let's quickly go to our coding environment. So here I have my program structure ready, and I have also written everything in comment section which I need to implement. We will start with unary operator, and in unary we have two things, plus plus and minus minus. We can perform these operations in two types, that is prefix or in the postfix manner. Let's see prefix and postfix one by one. Suppose I have int a equals to 1 and int b equals to 0. Now, if I assign b equals to plus plus a, or I can assign b equals to a plus plus. This is the prefix manner of, and this one is the postfix manner. Now, in prefix, what happens is prefix is first the value will be incremented, then this variable will be used. And here what it in postfix what it says, first the value will be used, then the value will be incremented. So here so what can be the value of b here? Since a is equals to 1 and first the value will be incremented, so b will be the value of a will become 2, and now it will be used, so b will become 2, right? Whereas if I see here, the value of a was 1 and we are writing b equals to a plus plus, and since the value will be used first and then incremented, so b will be equals to 1 and then the value of a will be incremented. Let's see each one of them one by one. I'm removing this for now and I'm commenting this out so that we can see the result one by one. Let's see the result for prefix first and let's see the value of b. Yeah, we have the value of b as 2, which, yeah, we have the value of b as 2, which was expected. Now let's comment out these things and let's see the value of for postfix expression. Yeah, we got a result as 1, which was again expected result. So these are for the unary operator and the same is followed for minus minus as well. Now let's move on to our binary operators and I'm commenting out all this. So in binary operators, I'm taking two variables a and b. I'm initializing a with 2 and b with 3. Now, if I want to perform addition, like first of all, we are looking for arithmetic operators. So if I want to perform addition, then I will store my result into variable answer and I'll do answer equals to a plus b. Now let's see the this answer. So we got the answer is 5. Now let's see relational operators. I'm again taking two variables, int a and int b. Now I'm initializing a equals to 1 and b equals to 2. And now I'm checking if a is greater than b, then I'll print I1. Else if a is not greater than b, then I'll be printing I lost. So here I'm using if else statement. If you don't know what if else statement, then that's not a problem. Just you need to understand the relational operators here. We will discuss about if else statement in a further video. So right now just you just focus on relational operators. So what I did was I have taken two variables, initializing a equals to 1 and b equals to 2. Then I am checking the relation between a and b, if a is greater than b or not. If a is greater than b, then I'll be printing I1, else I'll be printing I lost. In this case, if you decide what will be the answer, for now to get the answer, I am I am running my program. Yeah, we got I lost. Why? Because a is not greater than b. A can't be greater than b because a is 1. So that's why we got I lost. But if I change the sign to less than, then what will happen? Then the output will be different, I1. So it is defining the relation between one and other. Similarly, I can use equals to sign, or I can use greater than equals to sign, or I can use less than equals to sign. So you can try with relational operators as well. You can try different relational operators. Now moving on to the logical operators, I am commenting out all other things. So in relational, coming on to logical operators, we have seen that logical operators there are three logical operators, and or not. Let's see and operators. And operator always evaluates true only when both the expressions are true. Let's say a equals to 1 and b equals to 2. Now I'll check if a equals to 1 and b equals to 2, then see out both statements are correct, right? Because I have used an and will only work when both the statements are correct. So if a equals to 1 and b equals to 2, then I'll be shouting, I'll print that both statements are correct. Else if that not the case, then make both statements correct. So the output. So here we got both states were correct because yes, A equals to 1 and B equals to 2. Similarly, if I make A equals to 0, one statement is wrong and another statement is correct. Now let's see what will be the output. You keep on discussing till then what can be the output. So here we got make both statements correct. So you got the idea, like and works and will evaluate to true only if both the statements are correct. Now if I make it or, then let's see what will happen. If you remember or, then you can answer it correctly. We got both statements are correct in this case. So in or, and if any one of the statement is correct, then it will evaluate to true. Then it will say yes, this is true. Now we have another thing is we have not. So before this expression, I will put not sign. Not sign is this. So now you guess the answer. Now, not always. What not does is it reverses the answer. Here we got our output. It is saying make both statements correct. So in this case, earlier the answer was coming, both statements are correct, but now I am getting made both the statements correct. So this is the work of not reversing the answer. What was the answer earlier? It reversed that answer. So this is all about logical operators. Now let's quickly see assignment operators. Assignment operators are used to assign values, and whenever we write a equals to 1, then this is also assignment. We will see one more type of assignment, that is if I want to multiply this a by 3, then what I will write? A equals to a into 3, right? Then this will make my a equals to a to 3 will perform. So I will be doing this, right? But what I can do is, instead of this, I can use assignment operator, and the assignment operator multiplication equals to 3. This will do the same task as this was doing, and here this is known as assignment operator. Now let's see the output. See out A, and I'm removing this one so that you can get the clear idea of assignment operator. So here we got the output 3, which was the expected output. Instead of multiplication, you can make it plus or minus or division or modulus. So you can use according to your choice. Size of operators, I have already discussed that it is used to find the size of the any variable. Now, if I have int answer and I want to find the size of answers, then I will write int s equals to size of, and inside that I'm writing my variable name. So what L will be having? L will be having a size of answer. Now let's see the answer quickly. So since int is of 4 bytes, it takes up 4 byte space in memory. So we have got the answer 4. Similarly, if I make it cat, now let's see what will be the output. So here I got the output 1. I have told this in previous video that cat takes only 1 byte space in memory. So that is the size of is giving 1 byte 1 as answer. I hope you got the size of operator clearly. It gives how many bytes it takes in memory. Any variable, how many bytes any variable takes up in memory. So this is all about size of. I am again commenting out this again. Now let's see about conditional operators and the last type of operator. So here I am taking three operands: a equals to 2, b equals to 3, and c equals to 4. So write the conditional operator. What was the form? Expression 1 question mark expression 2 and colon expression 3, right? This was the format. Let's cite. If I'm making expression A equal in answer we will be taking the expression A equals to B, then print B, then take B as answer, else take C as answer, right? Now let's see out our answer. So we got 4 as answer because A is not equal to B. So it stores the value of C in answer. But what if I make B equals to 2? Now what can be the output? You can evaluate it, right? So guess the output. So I hope you have guessed the correct output. The output will be 2 because now the expression is uh, evaluating true, and if the expression evaluates true, then expression 2 will be the answer, and here the expression 2 is B. So that way it is storing B in answer and it is printing B. So that's all about operators, and I hope you got the clear idea of operators. So that's all for this video. I hope you got a clear understanding of operators in C++. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then please do subscribe, because after brushing up C++, we will be starting with DSA concepts. So please do subscribe our channel. And also, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And that's all for this video. Thank you.